an aging man with poor eyesight, said his family never communicated with his son since he left the shores of the Gambia. If I will ever have a single chance to talk to my son, I will tell him to desist from staining the image of the government and the APRC in particular, said Chernombai. The old man, his two wives, and the rest of his family, except Panderimbai, say they are strong supporters of the APRC.
Ginga dega Pande.
Lol.
Luta?
Dafa tukki.
Dafa tukki.
Wow.
Dula de telephone.
For a long time now, I didn't hear from my son. He traveled. I exhaust all avenues to talk to him, but to no avail.
In Manjai, this is the inscription you find on the compound gate of Ablaimbai, a brother to Panderimbai. He insists he is a staunch supporter of the ruling APRC party and government.
If at all I can get contact with Panderimbai,
yes.
But I don't get contact with him because I don't know his phone number.
That's right.
But if at all I can talk with him, I will tell him that let him support this government and like the government of the Gambia and the people of the Gambia until he die.
Why?
Because we, since we born in the country here, we meet peace and we know peace. Gambia is a peaceful country and Gambian people are very good.
Who took your mother to Mecca?
It's Yaya Jammeh.
Yaya Jammeh.
Yes.
What about Pander? He has been in America for so many years, getting a lot of dollars.
Yeah.
And what assistance does he normally give to the family?
Pa anyway never do nothing to the family. Even when we place the Quran, I can touch it because I am his younger brother. Me is more than 12 years. I don't know nothing about Pa.
Dadonget is Panderi's mother. She is an Ajaratu, courtesy of President Jammeh's personal benevolence. Almost in tears, the woman with her co-wife, Jay Choi, expressed their disappointment with the attitude of their first son. For Dadonget, President Jammeh and APRC means everything.
Yobu Maka.
Alaji Yaya Jammeh.
Alaji Yaya Jammeh.
Wow. Mama Yobu Maka.
President Jammeh took me to Mecca. I have children, but they are not rich enough to take me to Mecca. My first son is Panderi.
A family at pains to show gratitude to the president and counteract the political actions of one of its own, who is out in the U.S. waging a smear campaign against the Gambia government. A full text of the interview will be on GRTS Wednesday at 10:30 p.m.
Now, 3 schools in the Carnifing municipality Monday took delivery of a consignment of information technology equipment and their accessories. The materials donated by the Gambia Makoiro Kafo, an NGO based in Switzerland, are among numerous interventions made by philanthropic groups. Samuel Barr picks up the rest of that story.
St. Teresa's Upper Basic, St. John's School for the Deaf and Vital Lower Basic Schools are the latest schools to benefit from a philanthropic gesture extended by the Gambia Makoiro Kafo based in Switzerland. The schools on Monday took delivery of sets of computers and laptops, courtesy of a group of Gambians and their spouses in Switzerland.
It came in as a result of their own findings from the website, and that was how they were fortunate enough to pick up the contact number of either Mr. Ture or myself. And by chance, we had to communicate via the phone for the first time. And the idea was they were searching around for St. John's School for the Deaf, of which they have something in their container, valuable computers like these ones, which they would like to donate to St. John's School for the Deaf.
Education officials commended the donors for what they described as a laudable gesture in the drive towards achieving the set targets of ICT education in the country.
We Vital Nursery and Lower Basic School are very much appreciative of the gifts of these valuable educational materials given to our school. And then, don't doubt, our children have been doing computer the past year, and the number of computers sent to our school will be put into good use.
We all know that we are now in a computer age. Information technology or information communication technology is very crucial in the development of any given nation. much more in our education system. In fact, very soon you will see a massive leap in the way ICT is introduced in education. I know few schools have already started using it as a curriculum subject and as well as a cross-curriculum subject.
The Parent-Teacher Association is a fundamental component in the administration of a school. For their part, this is what they had to say.
These items are not only timely, but they are very, very, very appropriate. Why am I saying that they are very appropriate? It's simply because we are in the era of technology.
The focal person for the charitable organization in Banjul, Ibrahim Achati, told the gathering the rationale for setting up the group is to complement government's efforts in nation building.
The Gambia Makwe Kafo is a self-help initiative of philanthropic Gambians who, with their spouse, friends and well-wishers, have taken the challenge of complementing government's efforts in providing quality education on the march in the sub-region.
The Vice President of the CAFO, Agnes Chati Jagi, a physically challenged herself, emphasized that the move is one meant to contribute to the drive towards computer literacy as she looks forward to future interventions. In a fast becoming computer-driven world, how then could such a gesture mean to some of these students who in a short time will be utilizing the devices?
We are grateful for these great gestures in receiving these educative materials which are computers. We want to assure you strongly that we will put them in good use in facilitating our learning. Since this is a modern world, computers are very useful in making research and learning about issues concerning global world.
At a time when the country sets her sights on becoming a highly and valued ICT society, a move like this will only bode well for such a vision. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
The report there by Samuel Ba will take us to our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the international news. Stay tuned in. The transition government in Guinea-Bissau has accused former colonial master Portugal and ousted Prime Minister Carlos Gomes Jr. of playing key roles in Sunday's attack on a military base in the capital. Armed men attacked a military base housing special forces, leading to the death of 7 people. We have details in this report.
The barracks of Guinea-Bissau's special forces in Bissau were attacked early Sunday. A firefight between an armed group and the elite soldiers lasted for an hour. 6 of the attackers and 1 soldier were killed. There was 1 seriously injured person and 4 people were arrested. Guinea-Bissau's transition government issued a statement blaming the former Prime Minister Carlos Gomes Jr. and Portugal for the failed coup d'etat. Carlos Gomes Jr. was toppled in a putsch on the 12th of April last, interrupting the presidential election in which he was leading. He's now living in exile in Lisbon, in Portugal. The accusation is based on Captain Panzao Enchama's alleged leadership of the coup attempt. Captain Enchama is a close ally of the former Prime Minister. He and his commando are now reported to be fugitives. Chronic instability in Guinea-Bissau has turned the country into a prime location for drug smuggling between Latin America and Europe. At present, Guinea-Bissau is under close surveillance from its African neighbors and the international community.
Mauritanian President Mohamed Ould Abdelaziz is still recovering in a French hospital a week after he was shot in accidental circumstances. The president was mistakenly shot while driving, and the soldier who opened fire at the president's car told state television he opened fire against an unmarked car that he says refused to stop at a checkpoint. And scores of angry people have demonstrated against the recent hike in fuel prices in Niger. We have details of both stories and others in this roundup.
France's special envoy to the Sahel, Jean-Félix Paganon, has announced that military cooperation with Mali